What's up, guys? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, and I'm bringing you another live duel commentary video. This time it's going to feature Shane versus myself. Shane is on Superheavy Samurai, and I'm on Bystial Control Synchro. I still haven't come up with a name for this deck, but if you want to go check out the deck profile, click the link right here, and you can go check it out. This was before Cyberstorm Access came out. We were able to host a tournament with proxy cards. That way you get to see how they look live dueling with them, and this was a really fun tournament. This is almost the finals of the tournament, which was Shane versus myself. It was really good. We're two very competitive players, so I hope you get to enjoy this content and get to see a lot of different combo lines that maybe you haven't seen before. So with that, please consider subscribing. We are almost to 3,000 subscribers. The growth has been incredible lately, and we truly appreciate all the support. So please consider subscribing so you can see more content like this. We're very competitive players, and we love putting out great content like this. So without further ado, let's get into a post-Cyberstorm Access live duel with proxies, and that is Superheavy Samurai versus the Bystial Control.
House of Cards.
TCG.
All right, diving into the first game of the match. Looks like we're going to go ahead and cut the deck. I'm not sure if we die rolled here, so I'm not sure who won. Let's see who decides to go first. We'll see what the first action is. It is myself, so we're going to go ahead and start with the Lubellion. Lubellion is probably going to go ahead and search a Magna. So Magna is great. This is a great... also, this is a good draw check. So if you have Gamma in hand, you can go ahead and draw check here. A lot of times they're not going to ash that, but it is a good draw check. It looks like he does have some hand traps in hand, so let's see where Shane decides to go with this. This was my fifth one. Oh, we're going to normal summon the Safard here. We're going to activate the Safard effect. Again, probably checking for an Ash or checking for a draw here. I might have Gamma in hand, so I might be trying to push this. Shane does know that I do play Gamma. It's very possible that he is deciding to play smart and play around Gamma, because I do see that Ash in hand. So we're going to go ahead with Safard. Tributing itself is probably going to go ahead and grab one of the baby dragons. And we are going to go ahead and grab the White Dragon Call Serpent here. That must mean I have a dark in hand like Magma, probably is the idea. So we're going to go ahead and banish Safard. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Magna. Magna effect's going to go ahead and activate, search at end phase. Then we're going to go ahead and tribute it to activate the Lubellion. Let's see what he decides. Shane does know my deck, and he does know the power of the back row card. So he is going to go ahead and Valor on my Lubellion here. So this does stop either a Beast or a Regain coming out. We're going to go ahead and banish the Magna. And that's going to go ahead and bring out the White Dragon Call Serpent. And we're going to link both of those off for a Seal is what I would imagine. And even Seal Pass is a very strong combo, especially for Super Heavy Samurai. If all they have is that normal summon and they normal summon and you Seal bounce it, it could be tough for them. So it is something to consider here. Seal is really good against Super Heavy Samurai. Fortunately, if they have an extender, you do have to have an additional interruption for them. But just having that one Seal does deal with the normal summon if they have nothing else. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end phase. We're going to go ahead and search the Baldrake. That must mean we have Druisworm in hand, which is good. Druisworm being another interruption if we can find a way to remove it. So he is going to go ahead and normal summon. It looks like he normal summoned the Soul Piercer, and then we were able to bounce the Soul Piercer back to hand. I think is what it was, Soul Piercer. We bounce it back to hand, and then we activate the Seal Effect in Graveyard to special summon, and he ashes that. Great way to ash that, and he has to pass. That was what I was talking about. Sometimes Super Heavy, all they have is that one normal summon, and if you could stop it, then you obviously can combo there. I do see Destrudo in our hands. We're going to go ahead and activate Chaos Space, pitching the Destrudo, and he has a second Ash Blossom, and there is the Gamma. So I knew that we had the Gamma. He played around it on turn 1, but then on the crackback, he did not play around the Gamma, and it is going to get hit here. So Gamma being a huge card for us, being able to bring this out. This is basically a Barone if we want to. We could play with the XL. So again, I do see 2 more hand traps. Looks like he has an Ogre and a Valor, and of course still has that normal summon. So this was huge for us, being able to get those bodies out there. You only play around Gamma so much, but we're going to go ahead and banish the White Dragon, bring out the Baldrake. Then we're going to tribute the Baldrake, bring out the Lubellion. That's probably going to get hit with another Valor, I would imagine. He does Valor that, so playing through these hand traps is no joke. We're going to go ahead and take the Lubellion and the Gamma. That's going to go ahead and make a Baron. And then from here, let's see if we're able to get into any other plays. We're going to go ahead and Chaos Space. That is going to go ahead and put back our... Not yet. We're not going to Chaos Space yet. We're still thinking. We're obviously in a really good position. All he has is that normal summon, and we have a Barone right now. So, Baron. Barone. I like saying Barone. Barone sounds more appropriate. Just like I say Etude. They call it Etude. I don't like that. I think it's Etude. So we're going to go ahead and banish the seal. Chaos Space is then going to go ahead and shuffle the seal back. So I only play one seal, and this is how we recur it. With Regained and with Chaos Space, you're able to shuffle the seal back into the extra deck. And I think we're just going to go ahead and draw here off Chaos Space. We might just be going for... Oh, that is it. That's the normal summon of the Apple Dragon. That's going to go ahead and make the Muddy Mud Dragon. And this is going to turn into full combo because we can use the driver as our light to make Albion. So we're going to go ahead and Muddy Mud Dragon, turn the driver, and turn the Mud Dragon into an Albion. Then we're going to go ahead and be able to Albion effect. That's going to be able to fuse. We can go ahead and make Gargoyle, banishing the Muddy Mud Dragon, and probably just the Gamma. That's perfectly fine there. Makes the Gargoyle. Gargoyle effect is then going to go ahead and Foolish. He only has the Ogre hand, and it looks like Shane's going to go ahead and scoop to the Bystial Control. Like I said, Gamma, huge card in this hand. There's a lot of ways to check because the deck does a lot of searching up front before you have a monster. So Shane did play around Gamma on turn 1, did not, and he got punished by it. He should have went with his instinct and played around Gamma. But let's go ahead and post side here, and we're going to go into game number 2, assuming that Superheavy Samurai will be going first. Alright, diving into game number 2, I believe Superheavy Samurai is going to go first. And this also, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. We truly appreciate it. If you like content like this, we want to continue making this content for you. So we are going to see the Soul Piercer come down. That's going to go ahead and get linked off for the Scarecrow. The Soul Piercer will activate not once per turn. Make sure I'm saying this right. Yeah, Soul Piercer. Yep. That's going to go ahead and search. And what Soul Piercer does is that's going to go ahead and search out a... add one Superheavy Samurai monster, so it's any of them. He is going to go ahead and grab the Prodigy. Prodigy is then going to go ahead and come down. He's going to go ahead and activate the Prodigy. That's going to go ahead and scale over the p.u.n.k. p.u.n.k is then going to go ahead and grab the Soul Peacemaker and special summon out the Prodigy. Now he's going to go ahead and activate the Scarecrow effect. That's going to go ahead and discard another copy of p.u.n.k. And then that's going to go ahead and special back out the Soul Piercer. This is a reoccurrence of Soul Piercer, so he can go ahead and keep searching. And he's going to go ahead and grab Bike here. Not sure how he grabbed Bike. You have to. Oh, he offered the Scarecrow. No, because that's a special summon. Not sure how he grabbed Bike here, but we'll have to look in that. Bike is then going to go ahead and... Oh, off the Soul Piercer maybe? I'm not sure. We're going to go ahead and make an Excel. Excel's then going to come out. That's going to go ahead and grab Wagon off the Soul Piercer going to the graveyard. Excel will then bring back the Bike. That's then going to go into his first Omni Negate, which is the Baron de Fleur. Already setting that up. Now, in my hand, I do remember this. I actually did play Droplet in this tournament, and I've since subbed that out for Dark Ruler No More. Had the card in hand been Dark Ruler versus Droplet, then I would have actually been able to break this board, but we're going to go ahead and see the Scales come down. Scales is then going to go ahead and reborn back out the Soul Piercer. This is why Duel is so good against this deck. So we're going to go ahead and link that off for the Ballista. And now we're going to go ahead and grab the Ancient Gearbox and then the Soul Piercer, because that's off the Ballista, and then the Soul Piercer is going to go ahead and grab another Search, which it looks like this time he's thinking about what his play is, and he's going to go ahead and grab himself out the Spy. Superheavy, just the board's just cracked. It's just so much. If you let them pop off, which I obviously don't have a hand trap, he's going to grab another Bike here, which I don't have another hand trap. They can just pop off. You can see I'm getting comfortable on the right. Relaxing a little bit because I know this combo is about to happen. But we're going to combo for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and see a pin summon come down. He's going to pin summon out a Tunneler. I'm not sure what that card is up top. I have to double check. And we're going to see the Wagon come down. And he's considering the Bike, or he's going to bring out another Soul Piercer. Oh, that's the Ancient Gearbox that he summons. Ancient Gearbox, Tunneler, Wagon, and Piercer. And then that's going to go ahead and search him out a Soul Gaia. I'm not sure how he searched out Soul Gaia, but... we'll have to double check and look. Comment down below if you're seeing some plays that maybe were messed up here. I kind of don't have any hand traps, so I'm just letting him combo off. He's going to grab another Soul Peacemaker here. And Shane's a really good player, so he does it intentionally if he does. We were still learning the decks. This was our first time really playing with these decks live, so you have to keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and see a Link 4, probably the Appaloosa coming down, which is going to be more interruption for me. So he's got a 3-mat Appaloosa with a Baron de Fleur already. And he's got Soul Gaia and he's got Soul Peacemaker in hand. Now he's thinking. So he is going to go ahead and Soul Gaia and Soul Peacemaker. Oh, I guess we're just going over the cards here. So he does grab the Spy by sending the Soul Piercer to the graveyard for the Appaloosa. Now we're going to go ahead and look through our extra deck. Let's see what he decides to do here. I see a Duel in his hand as well. That's just going to be basically the end for us, but we'll continue with this combo here. So he's going to go ahead and bring out the Spy and bring out what I believe is the Gaia. So you can equip both those, or I think Spy just summons itself, so Gaia can actually just equip and then special summon itself. Then he's going to go into the Merrymaker, into the rank 8, which is the champion Sargus. Sargus is then going to go ahead and activate. That's going to search out a Regulus. And then he can go ahead and take these last two monsters and make a Savage is what I would imagine he makes. Or an IP. He made an IP. Then he's going to go ahead and bring out the Regulus. Regulus Baron's going to go ahead and pop the Soul Piercer that was equipped by Regulus. Soul Piercer's then going to go ahead and get another search. He grabs himself another bike. And so we're going to go ahead and activate the Tunneler just to put insult to injury. Draw 2 cards at the end of this full combo. So he's got an IP with an Appaloosa, a Regulus, and a Baron de Fleur, as well as he's going to draw 2 more cards. So he probably has 5 cards in hand. And we did see the Duel. Again, so I think that Dark Ruler is so good now. You need to play Dark Ruler for boards like this because I had droplets in hand, and had it been a Dark Ruler, it would have been a completely different game for sure. So let's see what he allows me to do. I think we're going to try to play through this, but we know it's just not going to happen. This is just too much. We're going to think through our plays. We want to make sure that we play optimally here. And we're going to see what he also allows us to do. Oh, I guess he does have the champion Sargus still in the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does still have Sargus on the field. So we're going to go ahead and activate Ravine. I think the play here is to see if he's going to allow Destrudo to come out, because Destrudo allows us into a lot of different lines. And if we can just foolish Destrudo, we can do different things, because the only form of removal he has is the Baron de Fleur here with the IP, of course. But it's not too bad because everything else is just a negate on field. So being able to Destrudo bring something out can be pretty good for us. So I think he's just thinking here, or I'm thinking, because this is a lot to deal with, obviously. We are going to go ahead and activate the Ravine. Ravine is then going to go ahead and pitch the Enchantress. So we're showing him that we do have access to our adventure engine. So he knows that we have to deal with the Appaloosa, because Appaloosa is obviously a problem here. So we're going to go ahead and send a Lubellion, which is very interesting here. I must have Destrudo in hand, but I would have discarded, I would imagine. I'm going to go ahead and activate the Branded Regained. Maybe try to get a draw. I think we're just trying to see what we can bait here. And obviously, anything that we can get on the field can be used for our droplets, which should have been a Dark Ruler, like I said. So we are going to go ahead and banish the Enchantress. See if he allows us to go ahead and search rights. I'm imagining that he's probably going to Appaloosa negate that. Or he does a Regulus, but I think I was planning on him Appaloosa, but he actually lets that go because he has Duel. And so Duel, then that obviously changes everything for us, because now we can't even do our searching. I was hoping we can get into Right. Right can then grab the Faithful Adventurer, grab us the Draco back, and that would give us a ton of material to send for our droplets, which would have negated the whole board. But he is going to go ahead and Regulus, negate the Right. And then he's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and chain droplets here, sending Ravine, Magma, and the Right, negate the remaining 3 monsters that he has. But I am still under Duel, so it's just going to be unfortunate. I just don't think that we're going to be able to push through it. It looks like we have a Baldrake. We're going to go ahead and banish the Magna, bring out the Baldrake. We're going to swing into... Oh, we're going to tribute the Baldrake, bring out the Lubellion, see if he allows the Lubellion effect to activate. But he's got Valor on top of that. He had it all, right? Valor, Duel, plus all that board. And that's what happens when you allow Tunneler to draw 2 cards at the end phase. And so we're basically going to have to pass with the Lubellion, Regained. We couldn't draw off the Regained because we're obviously under Duel. We can't even search with our Magna. Very unfortunate. So here, I mean, he's got full combo again. We already know what's going to happen. I believe that we're just going to be able to scoop, but he is looking at the bright lines here. He is going to go ahead and normal out the Soul Piercer. I chain Regain. Regain's going to go ahead and special summon back the Baldrake. Which is an interruption at least, but he's just got too much. So let's see what he decides to do here. We're going to go ahead and see what Shane decides to do here. Looking through his extra deck. Again, first time using the cards, so we're still in testing. First live duel at least, and this is before the set even comes out. So he is going to go ahead and do a link for Underworld Goddess, sending our Baldrake. I think it's at this point that I'm just probably going to go ahead and scoop, because Underworld Goddess, that was my only interruption, and he's basically going to full combo me here when he searches out the scales. Scales can then go ahead and come out, special summon back. So, and he's got both of his scales set up too, as well. Ironically, as I said, scales. Pin summon. Pin summon's gonna go ahead and bring out scales, bring out bike. Scales is then gonna go ahead and activate, bring back, and we're gonna go ahead and see the scoop. But now we're gonna go into a game 3 here. This is pretty good because Bystial Control is going to be able to go first, and we're going to be able to see who's going to take home with this tournament. So we're going to see the Superheavy going second, going to decide a lot of hand traps, versus the Bystial Control going first. And again, if you like content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Last time I mentioned it, I won't say it anymore. So we're going to go ahead and see Bystial Control go first. I see Shane's hand. I already see a Veiler. We're going to go ahead and start with the Upstart Goblin. I love this card. It goes ahead and sends the Regained or any of the Brain Dispeller traps that you have, and then you just get to draw a card. This is a really great card in this deck. I can also send it off Ravine or off Grangoyle, so we're going to go ahead and send the Regained, and then allow us to replace it by drawing another card. Really good here. And then when you go ahead and activate Beast, Beast can then reset the Regained for you. So it's basically treated like an Upstart Goblin. We're going to go ahead and activate the Lubellion. Again, I probably have Gamma in hand, so we're trying to bait some things, trying to see if he's got any hand traps. That's why I love Gamma in this deck. It's just so good because you can do so much before you even have a monster. And if they have Droll, if they have Ash, they just have to sit and wait and let you just keep adding cards to your hand. So we are going to go ahead and grab a Sorinir here. Interesting that we grabbed Sorinir. We must be looking to dump into the graveyard, would be my imagine. We probably need some lights or darks, and so that's how we're able to get there. We're going to go ahead and banish the Lubellion. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Sorinir. And then we're going to go ahead and tribute summon for the Sorinir for a Baldrake. So that allows us to go ahead and get the Sorinir to dump another Lubellion. So I've actually, a lot of times I will tribute summon for the Bystials, but now we're going to go ahead and Lubellion. In fact, it's going to go ahead and tribute the Baldrake, and he has the Veiler. That would have set up our Beast. Beast would have added back the Regained at end phase, and so that was really important for us. Now we can go ahead and activate Magna. Magna's going to go ahead and banish the Sorinir, and then we're going to search at the end phase. Then we're going to go ahead and grab a Seal, and then at end phase, we're going to go ahead and grab Druisworm. So we still have quite a bit of interruptions. Again, Seal being able to deal with the normal summon for the Superheavy Samurai, and then Druisworm, when it's sent, being able to send a special summon monster. Or we have Druisworm in hand, so we actually are going to go ahead and grab the Magna. I do see Nib in his hand, so actually pretty good that Nib, you know, doesn't really do much against me unless I full combo and don't have any Omni Negate set up. So we actually did not play into Nib there, which is phenomenal for us. That just now is a dead card in his hand. So let's see what he does here. So I'm assuming we have Magna in hand, and we also have Druisworm, as well as the Seal Bounce. So let's see what Shane decides to start with. Again, he's looking through his cards. I'm not sure exactly what happened here. Maybe he passed to me and I didn't realize. So we're going to go ahead and grab Levy. I'd have to go back and look and see what happened. Maybe he passed to me and I summoned Magna. Or I'm not 100% sure. That was interesting. I have to look back on that and see what happened. We're going to draw for turn. So we did have to have summoned Magna at the end phase, and then that would have searched a Levy in hand. So I actually cut Levy from the deck. I felt like as strong as a card as that is, I just trying to cut the deck down for consistency, and so I actually took out the Leviair. But it's obviously going to come up here. We're going to see what we're going to do. We know that he's got more hand traps. So we are going to go ahead and activate Lubellion. Lubellion effect is then going to go ahead and grab us another Magna. We're going to be able to special summon the Magna by banishing a Lubellion. That's going to search at the end phase. Then we're going to go ahead and Lubellion tribute the Magna. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Lubellion. Lubellion effect is going to activate and resolve this time. That is a branded beast. And this is going to be probably too much for the Super Heavy Samurai player to deal with. Beast is then going to go ahead and end phase that bring back the regain, which is phenomenal for us. I know that we have a Leviair in hand. We don't play any rank 8s in this deck. But if we had access to the Apple Dragon, we probably could have gone into a Barone or a Bystial Despotter. But we are going to go ahead and banish the Magna in hand. That's going to go ahead and bring out a Druisworm, which we knew that we had. And worst case, we can poke for 5,000 here. But we are going to continue. End phase is going to go ahead and Beast is going to go ahead and activate the Regained. So I would imagine we did poke for 5,000, 2,500 apiece. And then at end phase, we're going to add the Apple Dragon. So Shane goes ahead and draws. We see Ash Nib in his hand. We do see the Trap Eater. He summoned the Trap Eater to get rid of our Beast. Regain's then going to go ahead and activate. Regain will then go ahead and bring back one of our Bystials that are in the graveyard. Looks like a Baldrake. Baldrake providing us with another interruption. Again, Trap Eater, pretty interesting card. That's how he told me that he plays that to deal with the anti-spell. So, you know, pretty good card for Shane. Unfortunately, after that, though, I just don't see him dealing with, you know, 1, a Druisworm, 2, a Baldrake, and then also a Seal Bounce. We know that he kind of bricked because he's got more hand traps in hands than he does engine, and just the one normal summon that he does just is dealt with a Seal. So he is going to look through his deck, his extra deck. I think here he's just telling me that he doesn't really have any plays. Bystial Control sometimes is just too much. I mean, when you get the Bystials online and they're rolling, it is a lot to deal with, and he's going to show his hand. He's got the Driver, the Binkai, the Nib, Ash. So only 2 engine cards here, and then, you know, the which card was that? That was the Santa Claus. So yeah, only 1 engine card, and the 1 engine card gets dealt with, and I had Ogre in hand. So that is going to be it. You can see sometimes it happens where Super Heavy just does not see their engine. So with all that being said, it looks like the Bystial Control Adventure Synchro player is going to take home. It was 5-0 that night, and of course that is myself. I do appreciate everybody for watching this content. I do appreciate it. I love making these live duels and commentating over them. If you do as well, please comment down below. Let me know. And with all this being said, this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG signing out.